Xiaomi just did the one thing power users outside China were hoping it wouldn't do. It cut the battery, and not by a tiny amount either. The global Xiaomi 17 is shaping up to lose around 10% of its battery capacity compared to the Chinese version, and that changes the entire conversation around this phone. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Battery life is one of those features everyone agrees on. It doesn't matter if you're Team Android or Team iPhone. More battery simply makes your day easier. Fewer chargers, less anxiety, and no mental math about whether your phone will survive till evening. That's why this news around the Xiaomi 17 matters more than it looks on paper. According to a leaked official spec sheet, the international Xiaomi 17 is expected to launch with a 6,330 mAh battery. That sounds big, and honestly, it still is. But here's the catch. The Chinese version packs a massive 7,000 mAh cell. That's a noticeable downgrade, not just a rounding error. Roughly 10% less capacity right out of the box, depending on where you live. What makes this more frustrating is that Xiaomi isn't adjusting anything else to compensate. Charging speeds stay exactly the same. The international Xiaomi 17 is still expected to support 100-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging using Xiaomi's Hypercharge tech. So yes, it'll charge insanely fast, but you'll be charging it more often than users in China. And this isn't new behavior. Xiaomi, like several other Chinese brands, often ships smaller batteries internationally due to stricter regulations in Europe and the US around single-cell battery capacity. From a logistics and compliance standpoint, it makes sense. From a consumer standpoint, it still feels like getting a slightly worse version of the same phone. Battery aside, the rest of the Xiaomi 17's global configuration is also more limited than its Chinese counterpart. Color options are changing, for one. International buyers will get black, light blue, pink, and a dark green finish. The white model available in China, that one isn't coming over. Storage and memory options are also trimmed down. Globally, Xiaomi appears to be offering just two variants, 12 GB of RAM with either 256 GB or 512 GB of storage. Meanwhile, Chinese buyers get access to higher-end options, including 16 GB RAM configurations and even a 1 TB storage variant. If you're someone who keeps phones for years or shoots a lot of video, that difference matters. Performance-wise, there's no downgrade here. The Xiaomi 17 is expected to run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which puts it squarely in flagship territory. No complaints there. This phone will be fast, efficient, and powerful, just not as long-lasting as it could have been. As for timing, Xiaomi hasn't officially announced a launch date, but multiple leaks suggest the Xiaomi 17 and Xiaomi 17 Ultra will debut in Europe before MWC 2026, which kicks off on March 2nd. That puts the launch just weeks away. Pricing, however, is where things start to feel less comfortable. The 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage is expected to cost around €999 in Europe. Step up to 512 GB and you're looking at roughly €1,099. That's premium pricing, and once you cross that line, expectations change. People don't just want a great phone, they want the best version of it. Competition won't make this easy either. The Xiaomi 17 will go head-to-head with Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S26 lineup, expected to launch later in February. Even though the Galaxy S26 Ultra is rumored to top out at a 5,000 mAh battery, Samsung buyers at least know they're getting the same hardware globally. No regional compromises. And that's really the core issue here. It's not that the Xiaomi 17 has a small battery, it doesn't. It's that users in one region are clearly getting a better version of the same phone. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're spending €1,000 on a phone. You don't want to feel like you're settling. The Xiaomi 17 will still be a powerful, fast-charging, well-designed flagship, but for global users who were hoping for a true battery monster, this downgrade changes expectations. And once expectations shift, so does the excitement. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.